Welcome to my Pillar of Eternity Let's Play series. This is episode 13. In this episode, I will be going into the depths of the castle here until I can. The challenge there is going to get tougher, which will most likely be the case in this episode or the next few if I am still down here. My predictions for what I'm going to face in the Down Under are probably going to be more of those lizard creatures.
Here we are. To think we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Ad Nua, the great Angwithan king. To uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after. Gabranos, a powerful mage and a dedicated scholar. A keeper of lore, just as I mean to be. He was in possession of the Tanvi Orator, or whatever form of it preceded the one we know. I've seen it in ruins, alongside Gabranos' name. Scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard. Or perhaps he was even the author.
Why does this Pokemon retrieve once Rauatai faced troubles times. Once we were a unified people, but that's changing, and the Talvi Aura is at that heart. There are those who say that we haven't held to its instruction that we allowed ourselves to a week, but do it our tradition by welcoming foreigners rather than laying claim to the land around us. That we must hold to those traditions if we are to make ourselves a nation to be feared. My brothers would have it so, but we don't need to isolate ourselves to make Wrath Tuesday great. I know there are more to the giant. It wasn't created out of sand and water 1,000 years ago, but brought to ratify Angwithan by a people that knew the value of alliance and shared their knowledge with us. And with that knowledge we made Rauatai what it is today. If I can find a way to know, I can prove it. They know that the giant far older than we believe that Angwithan favored peace and the trade of knowledge. If we follow in their footsteps, we can make our kingdom just as grand and lasting as theirs. Averting conflict is a noble vision. Averting conflict is a noble line. A lofty one, I know. I'm glad you feel the same way. I feel it's better course for us to be. We're people of many races, and we always stood together. I feel we are destined for greatness. Let us start looking then.
If my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library, or a tomb perhaps. It tends to be one of the two.
Let's see, the dead generally want to take something of value with them to their tomb or crypt, so probably in a tomb. Library.
Let's be off!
The library definitely would be something useful to Oh, this is a good spell. It's nullify magic within a area. Oh, this is quite handy. And then what is this? Let's see, that does more damage, which is good compared to the first one. That spell definitely should go with my caster. Learn Fireball. I definitely like how the stronghold system works. More of these grips.
How may I help?
Yes? Following your lead.
Oh, a dragon or a wyvern.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling if there are a dragon infant in the area.
Indeed.
That probably
Following your lead.
means that there is
As you said.
there's a parent
I'm
dragon
here.
in the area.
To whispers and shadows.
Blood, that's not
See
a
what we
good
found.
sign.
The work of a moment. The work of a moment. The work of a moment.
Yes?
Okay, I'm going to be leveling up soon.
Hmm? It's done. I'm wounded. Hmm? What is it?
Cassie. You on him. I don't like the idea of letting one of my team members
Keeping an eye out.
letting one of my team members go forward and take the abuse when it comes to traps.
Yes?
But at a time that is necessary.
Brave Dalfilathili.
Oh, I have to switch kind of
Your
to his
work.
archivist.
How may I help? I shall deal with this one.
Those are new ones. I never seen their breeds before. Hey, Adra.
Indeed.
Let's see what other
Keep it together. Hey.
Broken blade.
Of course.
The blade part of that handle must be somewhere within the ruin somewhere. More dragon defense. This room here to my left doesn't look that enjoyable to be in. There's candles and there are skulls, so that's probably mean something important going on in there. Oh, a injured lizard here. Serapis is lying in a corner of the chamber. A web shows softly beneath its scaly hide, and breathing is labored. Each brittle breath causes obvious discomfort. Examine. Oh, this creature is going to be dead soon by the looks of the infection and injury they have. The zerp barely makes a sound. There is a muted wet gurgle, then the creature lies still, blood pooling beneath the withered body. Soon enough, its eyes are glassy, empty of light. Did what you had to do. You work on a farm long enough, you can understand it, even if it's never easy.
Following your lead.
Yes?
Brave Dalphilas.
These are easy enemies up to this point.
Charge!
More than likely going to be facing tougher enemies in the future. Ah, more dragon.
Brave Dalphilas, believe. I think it may be time.
You have to wait. The party is not tired yet. What is in this little crevice here?
Feeling the strain.
Brave Dalphilas, believe.
I really need Kana to level up.
Yes?
This armor is definitely quite well decorated. Armor value is definitely good. Speed, that is something I can deal with. Damage reduction is good. Defense against attacks are quite good. no real important information on that note.
Indeed. I shall.
The armor, let's see. I might as well give it to Eder. And then let's see, what? Allows you're not trained in polearms, but your foil is not as effective anymore. That's interesting. A path that has led to there. Is the crypt lootable? No.
Brave thou philosophy.
More blood. That's not a good sign. And let's see. And then let's see. Yeah, might as well put points into lore for him. Vigorous defense adds 0.2 defenses. Add more damage, which is good. Increase accuracy. Increase deflection for teammates, but reduce accuracy, not good. And a damaging attack. Vigorous defense is useful. Better save now. There's probably going to be a boss fight or a lot of enemies in here. Stepping into the chamber, you are assailed by catastrophes of street screeches, growling, barks, blood spattered, Zero dance in frantic, leaping motion to one side. Zero plunges his hand into a bucket teeming with blood to daub patterns onto other, eager to join the fight. I'm magic curious, where did all this blood come from? At far end of the room, one saw wearing a long skull of a young drake and vibrant feather shakes a staff towards the gathered syrups, screeches, and clicking. The higher priest suddenly raises the staff above the heads, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings the staff downward and points down to the venue. I think we just been invited to participate.
I shall.
Kana, you need to help out. I need my healer to
Kill them.
health point wise during. Okay, well, it's just the endurance that barring for. Yeah, I was right. It was...
Of course.
This room was definitely useful for visual purpose of some kind. Turn back. Kinda leveled up. That's quite handy. That one is quite handy for adults and candidates to have while is in use. I'm going with this phrase. I'm going to quick save to see what is down there. Let us examine the pit first. The cavern pier have been dug out with tools rather than being an actual formation. It seems to be very deep, but you cannot see the bottom of the gouge distance. You use grappling hook to descend into the pit. You take the grappling hook from your pack, tie it off near a fork of a heavy stone block surrounding the pit. A few hard tugs suggest the rope will hold fast. Keeping firm hold of the rope, you begin descent into the darkness. Soon, the edge of the pit is above your head, and you could hear creak of the rope and your own breath. Soon enough, however, you see another source of light far below, past the dangling end of the rope. You see a dimly lit room at the center, which is a circular stone. The pool is filled with blood. Even at the distance, you can pick out various limbed and mangled bodies, largely throughout nature. The tunnel bored in the stone ends away above the chamber below. That is probably not a good sign what is down there. Probably another ritual chamber of some kind. I'm sure I will eventually go down to that part of the chambers in the future.
Silence surrounds me.
Oh, this is a walkway here. How much time do I have left still on the... Oh, about 3 days. Oh yeah, there was one place up here that I can loot. Yeah. I think it was one of these. Our palace. Yeah, I have two good crossbowmen to use.
I shall be discreet.
Anything along the wall?
You should see this.
As requested.
Floppy hat. And then hide armor. I can just sell that. Better save this. Progress so far, I don't want to. I don't want to have to redo all this process again. A giant of some kind. Thugger, cast in orange hues by guttering torches. A massive creature sights at rear of this white chamber. There is a acrid stench of blood and offals about the room, and a hot wondrous gust wafts towards you as the ogre rises, stirring up dust beneath his feet. If they had known how many unwitting folk would wander into my camp, I would not have been excited. Despite his word, the ogre studies you disappointingly. His pale, grim features are disreputable. But then I think they lost the taste for love. Now they have feasted on one another further along. The ogre turned away. I will not be fattened for it. You were exiled? Go a little ways south and you find what become of us. Once a dozen strong, now we are nothing. Our great chief, enraged by voices, our people driven to devour one another. And I, the coward, wait here to die alone. Easier said than done. Hunger have real of though. Matron daughter knows that well. You're all starving and something to eat down there? We have lived here for many years. The cavern changed to rooms. Many old tunnels been closed. Perhaps it's the spider doom. For a time we feasted on there and lived there. But there are thoughts that we come to these quietly. We did not know it first, not until we two began to grow weak. Some of us became like feral creatures maddened by poison. Matron lost strong of us. She did not go. Her madness comes slowly. What happened to your leader? Matron Zala, she was plagued with dreams for a moment. We came here, terrible dreams or something down below. She was convinced we should not go there. Tonga lowered his head. I told her it was nothing, though nothing of it until we discovered the poison within the door. It changed her. Whatever the voice spoke, she grew harder, colder. Perhaps it was enough that the voice would never sign it. Though all those days and nights, perhaps the position made the dream otherwise. It's harder, perhaps, to see madness in those closest to you, but I should have seen it all the same. I am Sugar, once most trusted Soda warriors. The ogres looked. They might not. Go but a little ways outside and find what become. I should put an end to this. Yes, if you could do that, then at least we will be free of this madness. Who knows how long we might remain eating one another until it is but one of us left. Bring me her torque, and I will know that it is done. That is our plan now. At last, it is finished. Consider the final request of a fallen ogre elf. Do what I cannot, and I will find some reward worthy of your service.
A blade in the dark.
Waterways. That is probably their throne room. Go to Oba. I wonder where has all that money I have go into. It seems that it's just accumulating one big pile. Housed within a quiet alcove, the stone features stride boldly forwards, one arm held high. Inspect the statue. Judging by the style of clothing and cracked remnant of a beard upon the statue, John suspects this is the Earl of Yenwood, a laundered warrior. He was known to lead his men into battle, wielding a gleaming saber.
Easy now.
Oh, an ogre.
Brave out.
Don't succumb!
Oh, that spell is The direct line of sight spell.
Yes?
Lava root. Lava will be unseek.
I think it may be time to strike up camp.
Ogre blood.
Indeed. I'm here.
I think you have a good point, Ken. They go back to the surface and rest up a bit. Those ogres are definitely a strong point down here. I am sure that I could kill the ogre clan leader if I have to, but I'd rather talk my way about it. Let's speed this up a bit and get to the bunkhouse. Dungeon. I should see if I can actually hire some guards. No, I cannot do that. Bunkhouse this way. I can see this place to live. Now, Kenna, you're happy that we have rested. Now down to 2 days and 11 hours. Now we have to head back into the keep and get back to that floor. They are like more than three floors. It's going to take a while for my party to traverse all of the floors to go to the bunkhouse to heal. Now these having the bunkhouse above, it at least reduces the time I actually have to get to a spot to rest up. Unlike in the past, which I had to go to the inn at the town. And let's see. Looking at the times stamp of Vcoin now. This is a good pointer as any to end the video now. In the next episode, I will continue to do the quest to get the item for Zagar in a room by me, or try to solve this problem peacefully. See you in the next episode.